Yo guys, before the video starts, the majority of you watching these videos aren't actually subscribed according to my analytics, so right now, subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a video. It would be really appreciated, but yeah, let's get right into it. What's going on guys, it is Tom, or Top 10 Wrestling here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. So this is the third episode of the worst of TNA. We haven't been cancelled after one episode, we haven't been cancelled after two episodes, we've made it to three guys, but I know I put a poll out for my next video, and the winner of that poll was the rise and fall of EC3, but I decided to release this first. So apologies for that, but that video will be out soon. I just want to make an extra effort for it, so don't worry, it's coming guys. But today, we're going to be discussing the most infamous backstage fight and the most infamous backstage rivalry in general in TNA history as voted for by you guys. This rivalry saw a female wrestler take on a backstage announcer. In this video today, we talk about Bubba the Love Sponge versus Awesome Kong. So let's get into this video, shall we? But first of all, you might be wondering, who the hell is Bubba the Love Sponge? So Bubba the Love Sponge, you know what, actually, I just can't take that name seriously. Like, do I really have to say Bubba the Love Sponge the entire video? I'm just going to call him Bubba. So Bubba is a radio host who currently works for WWE BA in Tampa and is the host of the Bubba the Love Sponge show. There we go, I had to say it again. Bubba is also very good friends with Hulk Hogan, who was even the best man in Bubba's second wedding. And speaking of Hulk Hogan, Bubba had some involvement in his sex tape. And how, you ask? He was the one filming it, and also his wife was the person Hulk was sleeping with. So yeah, and I'm already tired of saying the word Bubba, not gonna lie. Bubba has had his fair share of controversy before the Hogan tape on top of it. He's been part of many lawsuits, said some questionable things on his show and online, and even was part of an animal cruelty case back in 2001. But despite all these controversies, Bubba the Love Sponge was signed by TNA as a backstage interviewer in 2010. Obviously the Hogan thing hadn't happened then, but still, with all the controversy surrounding him already up until that point, it was a bit random of TNA to sign him, and it was also very random of TNA to sign him because he was a radio host who had zero link to wrestling whatsoever. So it was a very random signing, but then again, and come to think of it, TNA are the same company that signed Gene Snitsky in 2014, so them signing Bubba the Love Sponge is something I don't put past them. He made his debut on the first episode of the Monday TNA on January 4th, 2010, so you could tell that TNA was really bringing out the big guns to compete with Monday Night Raw. You know, Raw, they got Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, we got Bubba the Love Sponge on TNA, you can already guess what I'm watching, Raw. However, just 2 weeks into his run, Bubba the Love Sponge was already involved in some controversy. On January 12th, a devastating earthquake took place in Haiti, destroying many homes and taking people's lives. And this earthquake caused Bubba to say some very questionable comments, to say the least, on Twitter. He tweeted out saying that he was tired of hearing about relief efforts for the earthquake, and in particular tweeted out the following: "I say, F Haiti, why do we have to take care of everybody? Our country is in shambles." And he also referred to the deaths caused by the earthquake as a cleanse. But despite this, he wasn't let go of TNA even with all this negative press surrounding him and TNA fans calling for him to be fired. But no, TNA stuck with him. However, he was temporarily removed from TV and he was made to apologize for his comments. But just 3 days after the tweet on January 16th, Bubba made a shocking revelation on his radio show. On January 19th, 2010, Bubba claimed on his radio show that he had been attacked by Awesome Kong backstage during an Impact taping the previous day. According to Bubba, Kong, and TNA, the reason that Kong attacked him was due to his comments he made about the Haiti earthquakes. Kong, in an interview with Title Match Media, claimed that she was already on edge with Bubba the Love Sponge and already on edge with TNA for letting him be in the company. She was on the edge with Bubba the Love Sponge due to him using wrestling lingo and feeling disrespected by it because he hasn't been through what she's been through in terms of the damage to her body. She said that if he pushed her buttons one more time and did one more thing that annoyed her, that things would escalate, and the comments that he made about the earthquake pushed her over the edge, and pushed her over the edge in wanting to leave TNA. Later in the day the radio show aired, it was being reported that Kong had asked for her TNA release, but it wasn't granted. Kong was already unhappy in the company, and them keeping around Bubba made her want to leave, evidently. Kong would be suspended from TNA after refusing to take part in TNA's UK tour in January 2010, and the following month, Kong filed a lawsuit against Bubba after he allegedly made a threatening phone call. She stated that someone claiming to be Bubba called her from a private number and allegedly wished death on her and called her the N-word, saying that he wishes she was gone just like the people from Haiti. Bubba would respond and say that this wasn't true and that it was someone else claiming to be him using a private number, and on March 1st, 2010, Kong was finally released from TNA. A week later, her and Hamada were stripped of the Knockouts tag titles after failing to defend them for 30 days. Except they did defend them in a 30-day period. In fact, they had defended them 21 days ago prior, so TNA somehow even screwed that up. Like, it's maths, come on. Like, if you're really struggling with maths, just call Scott Steiner. I mean, he was employed at the time. Bubba would return to TNA in late March as the band's personal interviewer, but just a month later, on April 30th, 2010, he was fired by the company after he and Kong confronted each other on the Cowhead show. He said some very not safe for work things to her, things that I can't play nor transcribe because I'll probably get demonetized. But that was the end of Bubba the Love Sponge in TNA. And that is pretty much the conclusion to the story of Awesome Kong and Bubba the Love Sponge. Easily one of, if not TNA's biggest and most infamous backstage rivalries. A rivalry that literally led to both of them being gone from the company. Awesome Kong, she wanted to leave because it just annoyed her so much that he was there. But then he would be fired just under 2 months after she had left the company due to making some inappropriate comments. Bubba the Love Sponge would continue doing his radio show after being let go of by TNA, whereas Kong would go to WWE as Karma, have 0 matches there other than the Royal Rumble match before being released there. She would return to TNA in 2015, but then would be released in 2016 after another real-life altercation, this time with Rebby Hardy, Matt Hardy's wife. And now she finds herself in All Elite Wrestling in an alliance with Brandy Rhodes, where she returned to wrestling 3 years after being released from TNA. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, then be sure to smack that like button. I'm really enjoying making these videos at the moment. This is my 4th day in a row I've uploaded. I'm probably not going to upload again maybe until like Monday, because, you know, tomorrow is TakeOver and the day after is Survivor Series, so people will be uploading about that. And there's no point uploading like a TNA video when, you know, these real life shows for NXT and WWE are happening. I have noticed that views have been down for a lot of YouTubers, so I was kind of scared when I saw my views were down in my recent videos. Yesterday's video did bomb. I don't think that was the YouTube thing. I think just that video in general wasn't garnering interest, though I would appreciate if you checked it out because I did work hard on it. But my 2 videos before that didn't do that well, and I think that's in part because of YouTube. But either way, it's all good. I'm still uploading. I ain't quitting. The grind's still on. I've uploaded 4 days in a row. When do I ever do that? And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you did enjoy, be sure to smack that like button. Let's hit 200 likes. No, 222 likes. 222 likes, yeah. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/ToptonWrestling. Follow me on Twitter @ToptonWrestling. My Instagram's @AntonBell. Big things coming soon. The poll for my next video is up on my community tab, so go onto my channel and vote for the next video for the next episode of the Worst of TNA. I'll see you all soon, goodbye, and keep on rolling.